Hello everyone. This is the owner from Lifehot Yoga, the one of the SME company that we chose. And so, Isabella, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. I'm Isabella. I'm the co-owner of Lifehot Yoga Studio in KL here, and I'm really very honored and pleased to be invited to participate in this interview. And as a women entrepreneur, I'm really happy to share the experiences that we had for the past 3 years, especially during the pandemic.
Okay, so the first question that we have curated for you is that how do you adjust your business operation during the pandemic when people are not allowed to go to yoga studio?
So one of the challenges of the pandemic, of course, is like we are bounded by a lot of SOPs, right? And one of which is that people are not allowed to access in group classes set up, especially inside the premise. So during that time, not just us, a lot of fitness studios, yoga studios have to pivot to online. So I think that's one of the immediate thing that we were actioning on as well, because initially we thought that it's just a few months, but of course it's linger for another few years, right? But one of the biggest pivoting for the business was to shift everything online. So online yoga classes, and we were trying to sell our classes as well online. We were trying to also sell our physical classes in advance, so making promotion and something, buy one plus one free, but that you can use when we reopen in 3 or 4 months time. So basically the whole effort is towards like how to try our best to sustain as much as we can during the lockdown. So yeah, that was the key thing that we did online.
Alright, got it. So then moving on to the next question, what are the major cost categories for the yoga studio? Like for example, rent, utilities, equipment, and so on and so on.
During that time, the biggest definitely is rental. And in the beginning of the pandemic, the landlord did give us some concession, but it didn't actually last for too long as well, like the first round. And immediately, other than the rental commitment, we have to evaluate our fixed costs, like the salaries for the instructors and also our admin staff. One thing good about our studio setup is that we are a very small team. The permanent staff was comprising of like 3 or 4 people back then. So during that time, we made a commitment to make sure that everyone still gets a salary despite not having much income. And so this one to just assure our full-time staff that the business will be there just for them. The second thing that we have to, of course, to sustain is the instructors. Our instructors are on a demand basis. If they teach a class, they get paid. And what we have done during the pandemic, again, in hope to help the instructors get onto your life, is we maintain the salary, we maintain their class fees. Even in their teaching online, we maintain the class fees, which is unlike other studio. Other studio, they cut the salary, instructor fee by half, even delaying the payment. But we didn't do that at all. So of course, on the hindsight, it does have a lot of burden on us because not having so much revenue, and online revenue is very little, right? And yet, we're trying to maintain everyone as if we were like operating offline, like in studio. But I think now thinking through, I'm still very much think that we did the right thing. We did the right thing because this is about people. And although it was difficult, I'm just happy that we got through the crisis and without compromising, our instructor salary. We still keep our full-time staff and not deducting any, not having them going to any pay cut or something. And the last thing that was really bogging us down is on the infrastructure costs. So our studio is very much relying on technology technology, right? So one of the things is like our mobile app, our booking platform, that kind of thing, which is really outsourced from the US. So we were paying US dollar. And that was really a big burden on us. And as much as we could, we asked for a temporary suspension, that kind of thing, to try to help a bit of the cost during the pandemic. But having said that, it did help a bit. It's not entirely enough for the revenue to cover everything. So we were really like making losses during the pandemic.
Okay, I understand. So the major cost is from rental, from
Salaries, yeah, for instructors
and
and
also
time,
the
and the big
platforms.
infrastructure, our infrastructure, technology infrastructure. So these three things are the key during the pandemic that we were trying to maintain.
Okay, so just to be clear, the rent concession from the mall itself, it's only lasted for 1 or 2 months?
They did some discount. They didn't waive the whole entire rental per month. They just give some discount and also give a longer credit period for us to pay back the rent. And as you know, pandemic, the MCO had a few version of it. So the subsequent rounds, the landlord also did the same for us. That they were in very deep trouble. They couldn't do what they did in the first round. So we tried to really just find a midline to compromise with each other as well. And I must say that one of the landlords is really great. I'm grateful that they allow us to delay the payment. So as soon as we reopen, when the revenue comes in, we are able to pay back the liability.
So for the third question, how do you optimize the pricing strategy to cover the cost and to generate profit? Usually normal operations or during pandemic, if you can explain.
During the pandemic itself, as I said earlier, we pivot to online, right? One thing about online is that, of course, people do it at home. You cannot charge the same price as how they were paying when they're coming to studio with the facilities and the audio, the heat, right? Yeah. So and on top of that, there's high competition. We are competing with YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all these like social influencers. They're offering free classes, and hence our online pricing cannot be too high as well. Otherwise, people will just you shun people away. So definitely the pricing strategy that we need to adopt during that time for online, we had to make it low cost. But we were hoping that with the low cost strategy, we can get more people, right? So we were hoping that to get as many as possible. Maybe one class we can attract 50 to 100 people online per class, then we'll be able to make up the so-called the cost. Yeah. And of course it was really tough, to be honest. But as time goes by, people get a bit smart with getting to the online, and you can see that once you're online, you are exposed to the whole world. You're competing to the whole world. People in US, still in US, some platform in Singapore, they are giving free classes. You can't compete with those people, right? So, but one thing is that we come to that realization that online will not be able to sustain our costs. What we did quickly was to open our online store. So we started selling the yoga mats and all the equipment that we have in the studio, and that really helps a lot. And we were selling. We also organizing some workshop-based class, very specialty class in order to draw interest. And the third thing that we did was to go into corporate online. So we had a couple of corporate programs that we did with bank, and we also actively selling, to sell our products to a few regional companies to offer corporate online classes, and that helped us as well during the period.
So moving on to the fourth question, do you experience any cost problems during the pandemic, and how do you overcome it, and do you plan to apply it in the future?
Yeah. So if I were to rephrase your question, if this were to repeat, would I do the same, or would we do something different? It's still a question that I'm also asking myself. Probably it won't repeat. We will still do online. We still do online classes, but as I said just now, we realize that it's not something that is sustainable in terms of generating the kind of revenue that you do with the brick and mortar business, right? But then I think that this is an essential component to make sure we still connected to our clients, which I think we'll talk about it later. But what we can do is to make it a bit more unique and about how we structure online classes. Like if this were to repeat, right? It cannot be just your normal class or your standard yoga class anymore. I think we have to put some rigor to make it a bit more valuable for people who are doing it from home. So there is still some that is definitely an aspect that will need a lot more brainstorming. We will go big into our online retail store, really big, and not just apply to Malaysia. I think we have to go big, going beyond the Malaysian market as well, and more aggressively to the marketing and social media stuff. And which I learned about during the pandemic is that the online presence is really very important. So things like Instagram, TikTok, and Xiaohongshu, so all this is coming up, right? The generation has changed, and definitely we want to be ready for that kind of like usage if another pandemic comes to us. So we are already in the process of trying to ramp up our social media presence, and we'll continue to put a lot more effort. And this is like I would say that in preparation, if anything happens, then we have an online platform that we're ready to reach out to more clients, right? So and for the corporate side, we will have to be more aggressive in terms of soliciting the corporate clients as well.
Then, so moving on to the next question, which is something that we really rely on, is that how did you maintain your customer trust and loyalty during the pandemic, or just as usual, after the pandemic?
Constant communications, the engagement with clients is very important. Now, going back to the online classes, right? Although it was the end of this cycle of pandemic, our online classes was really quite pathetic, to be honest. Like because people got tired with the online and they just go and do something else. But one thing is that what's assuring to us is that when the client come back to the studio, a lot of them, although they didn't attend our online classes, they were thankful. They were thankful that we did something, to show the world that we are still alive and engaged, right? And then trying to making an attempt to connect to our clients, to our members. And I think that really gave me it's also a lesson learned, to just show up even time is difficult. I think it's very important. When you're constantly showing up, that will boost your client confidence, your trust, and then assure them that you will always be around for them. And I think that actually build trust as well. And we have constant email, social media, that kind of thing, last thing, just to again show our clients and our members that we are here, we're not closing down, we're still trying our best to offer what we can. And true enough, by showing us out there to the world that we are doing something, we're not just sitting there not doing nothing. They actually came back saying that thanks for doing that, because they really give them the confidence that this is a studio, this is a studio that they can trust. They want to come back immediately when we open, and it was true. When we opened on day one, immediately our friends just come back like this, because they know that they know what we're doing online. Although they are not attending online classes, they know what we're doing, which is good. So this is definitely one key takeaway. Show up. I think showing up in life, right? Whether time is difficult, showing up in your business, whether or not things are working.
Right. Moving on to next question. So, what marketing or public publicity challenges that you faced throughout the whole 7 years that we are operating?
Initially, when we first opened our studio, a lot of business is coming from Vodafone, right? But as now this is our 7th year going into business, and as the world is changing very fast, constantly changing, I definitely see the need of having a strong foothold in the social media presence. Now, I was in the past, I was having the thought that if we are good, people will talk about us, and then we shouldn't need to spend so much time on the social media platform, that kind of thing. But I must say that I'm wrong, right? I'm wrong, because the generation evolved, people lifestyle has changed. Like, we are progressing and evolving, right? So the business should stay nimble in that sense as well, to also growing in the way that our clients are growing. So we need to continuously stay adaptable, you see, nimble, adaptable. So marketing wise, I'll say that now we have a lot of other platforms that we opened this year, especially, which we have never done before, and that definitely is something that marketing wise as we have changed over the year.
And other than that, do you think customer feedback or any market research helps a lot in making your business successful? Or is there like any very remarkable feedback that you remember like a lot so that you change in your business operation?
Definitely, okay. Customer, we are in the service business. Customer is everything. You know, we are here because of our clients, right? We want to bring something home to them. So, and market research, of course, staying open-minded and staying on top of the trend of what's going on in the market is very important. So that we are not just saying like we are not living in our own world, thinking that things should be the way that it is. So we have our customer feedback. A lot of them are, most of the feedback we are getting is that how they are benefiting from hot yoga practice, right? Whether their illness go away, their sickness and pains go away, they feel happier, healthier, that kind of thing. It's very, very fulfilling. And constantly, and then because of the trust that we have and the connection that we have with our customers, a lot of them are also very candid to us, saying that what they want to see is improvement. And I'll say we are constantly listening to our client feedback. And one of the things that for example, one example that we have changed or adapted to our feedback is our class types. The changes of classes, right? So to cater to different needs. And we definitely modify, constantly review our classes, offering our product offering to see whether we can expand certain class types to cater to certain needs, and always constantly reviewing as well. Which product is making sense. In our customer offering.
Next question. So, because we listen to customers a lot and any other thing, so what sets this studio apart from the other studios? Like any gym studio, even gym, other yoga studios?
In terms of just like product and service offering, I think we are unique because we have from very beginning the business strategy is about going into each market, right? Hot yoga. Not everyone does yoga, and not everyone likes hot yoga. But we decided to go into each market, which is like maybe a small population of people or target clients that we are reaching for to offer hot yoga. So I think this is one of the and hot yoga is not common in Malaysia. So I think this is a uniqueness of us. And on top of that, we are using technology, Fire hot yoga as an offering, which is again not common in Malaysia. But one thing is that but other than the product and service, the so-called the unique product and service that we're offering here, I must say that one thing that really set us really big apart from other studios or fitness studio is I feel that we have a very good community here. So maybe from the outside it feels like it's just a yoga studio and you come here and do yoga, right? But as time goes by, this 7 years, we're actually creating a community here. Like people really come to studio and feel they're coming home. There are people who friendships there's a strong friendship forged in the studio. People become close to each other, open up to each other, and I feel that some of them even feel like a family, to us. So I think a community is if you want to really ask me to rank, this is a uniqueness about our space. It feels like home. The closest at home, right?
Our last question here for today's interview. So, do you experience any unique challenges into your industry, and how do you address them?
This challenge, I would say that I think it appears it happens in any industry, in any business. Right? So one thing that appears to us is that because when we first started, there's no hot yoga studio, Fire hot yoga. But as time goes by, as we speak now, there are many smaller other places, they put up heat and then start selling hot yoga because they see we are successful, they see our classes are full. So definitely this is happening now, we are offering hot classes here and there, and definitely creating some kind of like a competition there. However, having said that, right, we are not really too worried about that, to be honest. Of course, competitions is always there. People, of course, always want to emulate something that's successful in any business. But to me, the one of the uniqueness in our industry is that you have to constantly think about creating values to our customers. So focus on our client and creating values, we will be able to, to withstand the challenge that we're facing in the business, in this industry. And having 2 branches where they can attend classes in 2 locations and something. So we constantly think about, what can we upgrade here to bring more value to clients, right? So that they can have the most out of that. And in fact, if there are more people doing the same what we're doing, it's actually even better because you expand market share, right? And with a bigger market share, market pie, once the pie get bigger, actually benefit everyone. You know what I mean? So to me, I welcome that. If there are more hot yoga studios happening in KL, it is actually a good thing. More people will get to experience medical hot yoga. But I rather than thinking that oh my god, it's going to be challenging and we have a lot of competition coming, I definitely see it as more an opportunity rather than a threat, because once there are more people doing it, then you have to constantly think about raising the bar, right? Now, how to get better, how to be out there to create their value. So I really welcome these kind of challenges as far as the studio is concerned. Definitely, we are very we're definitely in this spirit and this energy that we want to see this growth. Our clients happy and growing as well with us.